From frontrunner for Miami-Dade County Sheriff to an inmate behind bars, Miami-Dade County Commissioner Joe Martinez surrendered to authorities on Tuesday, and he now faces 2 felony charges: unlawful compensation and conspiracy to commit unlawful compensation. According to an arrest affidavit, Martinez received payments totaling $15,000 from Extra supermarket owner George Negrin and landlord Sergio Delgado. Investigators suspect that the money serves as compensation for Martinez's efforts to assist the business with its hefty citations for illegally occupying several storage container units on the property. Guarded by gates, as you can see, the containers were said to be stored behind this Extra supermarket. Legislation, however, prohibits containers from being kept on properties that are below 10 acres. This has left Delgado with approximately $25,000 in accrued citation fees. A press conference was held yesterday at State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle's office, where she, along with Miami-Dade Inspector General Felix Jimenez, detailed the allegations. They explain how the investigation dates all the way back to 2016 amidst Martinez's transition into office as commissioner.
The prospect of a public official soliciting funds to benefit himself or his business associates is both illegal and it's offensive.
Among the chaos, phone calls and texts were shared between Martinez and Delgado, some revealing questionable intentions.
If it's about the container, rest assured we are working on it.
Released on bond, Martinez was seen walking out of TGK Correctional Center yesterday, telling reporters, quote, "One day when I have a chance to talk to you, I'll talk to all of you. Right now, I'm just going to go and just deal with that." Reporting for South Florida Media Network, I'm Kenya Cardone. Located on 947 Brickell Avenue, this restaurant prides itself on serving the best barbecue in town. Owner Anthony Nicolosi is a renowned barbecue connoisseur. He tells us that his story didn't happen overnight.
Started doing it, understanding it, and fell in love with it. And there really is a science behind making that perfect barbecue. And then here it is, years later, I just turned my passion into a dream. And it's nice giving the public the best barbecue, especially down here in South Florida.
The best part, you can indulge in 3-course dining for only $28. Prefer to eat out for dinner instead? Order from the Miami Spice dinner menu and walk out with only a $45 tab.
Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine issued a news release urging Floridians to remain vigilant and prepared.
We want everyone to ensure that their emergency equipment, their hurricane shutters, their battery-operated radios.
And if you haven't had a chance to put together your hurricane emergency kit, here are a few things to keep in mind as hurricane season speeds up. You want to start with a comprehensive first aid kit, a battery-powered flashlight with spare batteries, and a portable charger for your phone. A fan is always good if it gets hot, and keep those important documents like your insurance handy and sealed in case of emergency. Most importantly, have plenty of water and non-perishable food.
Between heated exchanges and an unruly crowd, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist brought their arguments to the stage as they fight for that 2022 Florida governor's seat. The Sunrise Theater in Fort Pierce hosted the gubernatorial debate. Being the only televised debate between the two candidates, this was a high-stakes opportunity for them to really sell their agendas. The candidates were questioned on current hot topics, including inflation.
So this is going to be the largest tax relief plan in the history of the state of Florida.
Education.
We ought to teach facts in our schools.
Abortion.
Not everyone's going to be born in perfect circumstances, but I would like to see everybody have a shot.
And I want to make sure we keep a woman's right to choose available to the women of the state of Florida.
And immigration.
Because you like having it as an issue for political scoring.
We had the border that was in much better shape in January of 2021. The Biden administration reversed almost every policy.
Crowds gathering outside the venue, filling up the streets with cheers and chants just hours before the debate.
We love Casey!
The energy not stopping there.
Please, that needs to be the end of the applause.
The moderator unable to control the audience in between responses.
I led based on facts, not based on fear.
The candidates also caught in a game of tag with their targeted yet repetitive rebuttals.
Ron, that's just not the truth, and you know it. You know it.
Charlie Crist has voted with Joe Biden 100% of the time.
So many questions asked, one even a candidate-to-candidate question that was repeatedly left unanswered.
Will you serve a full 4-year term if you're reelected governor of Florida?
With this, of course, a comeback from DeSantis.
The only worn-out old donkey I'm looking to put out to pasture is Charlie Crist.
Democratic running mate Carla Hernandez-Matz making an appearance.
He didn't even commit to being our governor. He couldn't answer simple questions.
Only one common ground of agreement, the sentencing of the Parkland shooter.
When you murder in cold blood 17 innocent people, there's no other punishment that meets the gravity of that crime. And to have one juror hold out on that was a travesty.
The debate closing without any questions on environmental issues nor climate change. And remember, Election Day is November 8th. South Florida Media Network has you covered. Head on over to sfmn.fiu.edu to check out our voters guide. In Fort Pierce, I'm Kenya Cardone, South Florida Media Network.
From Santa's workshop to this rickshaw, Angel's favorite activity is to see the children play with his creations.
Angel gave us a tour of his backyard.
Santa Workshop, el tren lo hice también. Esto funciona con 12 volt, o sea que los niños lo pueden tocar. Toda la mecánica del motor en plexiglass. Old people like me empiezan a bailar con Santa.
And showed us his newest installation this year.
Estos son 15 pies, entonces hice todos los adornos, todo eso de scrap.
With a lot of teams competing to win valuable prizes like MacBook Pro, AirPods, and an iPad, hacker Ricardo Garcia earned his spot as the first place winner after creating an epic racing game.
Always the first thing I think of is think of your audience, and I know there's a lot of people here, so my audience is people who are gonna be a little bit on a rush. So I came up with like the most popular thing you can find right now, which is like endless scrollers. You can play forever and there's no learning curve. You start playing, you avoid the obstacles, and pretty much it.
What a roller coaster this 36 hours have been. An event that fueled innovation and creativity in the tech world came to an end. Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, Leanna Butarbouche.
NFTs have taken over the digital world by storm with its emerging artists and collectors. And now in Dania Beach, it's taking over Mad Art Studio this fall.
The World Today is the largest NFT photography exhibition ever made, showcasing photos from photographic artists, and we spoke to the creator of this event about the creative process.
So this event originated on the blockchain, and when I heard of the project, I fell in love with the idea that there were going to be 138 artists that were going to offer images of the world around them and their region of the world. So I immediately asked them that I wanted to try to bring the show from the blockchain to the physical gallery.